So I started asking myself a question that is probably supposed to be simple, but not so much when you really think about it. What does it mean to have faith? And this could be anything, any context. You could say like faith in a God. You could say, I don't know, faith that things will get better from a situation you're in that's not so good. It could be faith to a person, like, I don't know, you hear that saying all the time, like, Jackie is faithful to her husband, Jimmy, so she would never cheat on him. Okay, well, what does faithful even mean? So the textbook definition of faith is to believe in something you cannot see. So in this scenario where Jackie is faithful to her husband, she can see him, right? So what does that mean? Right now, I am going to school for a business management degree. And in business, they talk about this concept all the time. Except for them, the faith isn't a God or a being. The faith is that everything is going to work out. Something along those lines. But let's dive deeper into it. Alrighty, so I'm going to kind of paint a picture for you here. So right here, I just got this random stick figure just chilling there. Okay. I guess I'll call this guy Jimmy. All right. So Jimmy right now is going through this great wall of chaos, right? So you can think of this as disaster, like you got fired, going through a divorce, going through a really harsh breakup, maybe losing a best friend to the grave, could be literally anything. Now in the business world, this is basically your efforts in trying to start a business or being entrepreneur, right? Which isn't easy. And so these are all the obstacles that you have to go through to actually, make it, right? Now, while this is happening, well, in theory, what they will tell you is on the other side is something glorious or something good, like a better place, if that makes sense. So I just drew a heart to kind of represent all that, right? Now, faith in this context would be Jimmy, this is all he sees. He sees this line or this chaos, right? That's all he sees. But what Jimmy is supposed to do, if he is a faithful person, all he should be allowed to see is that. Does that make sense? So this means no matter what you are going through, what you can physically see right in front of you, what should be on the forefront of your mind is the beauty that is on the other side, right? Kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel. That would be the definition of faith in this context. But let's kind of change this up a little bit. Okay. So now, let's go back to that scenario I mentioned earlier, where it's like Jackie is faithful to her husband, Jimmy, right? So she doesn't commit adultery, she doesn't cheat on him. All the good stuff that we hopefully cherish, right? So why is it called faithful? What is she putting her faith in, right? So let's say Jimmy, and then I guess I'll try my best to draw this. And Jackie, okay, so they're married, right? But let's say they're having a rough patch. They're fighting all the time. They're not agreeing on a lot of things. Marriages, they have their moments like that. But then, in the midst of all of that, there's this other cute guy named Johnny, who's just kind of on the scene, right? So Jackie, obviously her relationship with her husband, it's not going too well right now. They're going through a rough patch. So she could leave and, put her eyes on Johnny, this cute guy, and escape, just give up, basically. Escape the situation she's in right now. But if Jackie is being faithful, she is having faith that things will work out between her and her husband. Kind of makes sense? Now, one commonality between both scenarios that I just showed you as examples here is that faith is a choice. It is not a feeling. Which means if we went with our feelings in both those scenarios, we would have fallen short instantly. So in the business school, that is how they would define faith, right? It's what you see on the other side, or what you can't see on the other side of your pain. That is what you act on. That's what you choose to act on. That's how you live also. Because think about it. So if you wanted to go to the gym, right, what would motivate you and what would help you to stay committed to going every day or every other day? Because, I mean, if we went on our feelings on that one, I don't think we would ever go to the gym. So what's funny about all of this is like, so right here, I got the Holy Bible, right? And of course, the Holy Bible is going to tell you, the reader, to have faith in God. But what's also weird is that it says that God is faithful to you. But God created you, in theory, from the scripture. That's what it says, right? He created all of mankind. So why would he need to have faith in us? I think, the commonality when we talk about faith, it's more about our actions, right? So if I have faith that things are going to go well, that the light is at the other side of the tunnel, then more than likely I'm going to work my butt off to get there. And it doesn't matter how much crap I have to endure, I'm going to get through this, right? And so I think in that context, when it says God is faithful to us, this God, that is his mindset and his relationship with us, which is kind of cool, but it's also kind of scary. That means that you're probably going to run into a lot of obstacles in life, a lot of disappointments. You're probably going to sit there like, what the heck? What was the purpose of that? And there are things that happen in my life, I'm still questioning why that needed to happen. But I do know this, that in times where I needed to have faith, I had to live by what I could not see. I was stronger for it. You might think this whole concept is stupid. You might be one of those people that's just like, no, I live by what I see, I believe in what I see, stuff like that. And there's probably merit to that, totally. But I would probably say that your perception of life is pretty weak, and it's not going to take much for you to be broken. When life starts throwing curveballs at you, then it's just like, okay, I'm hopeless, right? If you only live by what you see. And so in a lot of ways, whether you believe in God or not, the mentality of faith, it helps you to endure pretty much anything. So yeah, there's my short lecture on faith and what it really means and all that kind of stuff. So thank you guys for watching. I really had fun making this video. If you're curious about anything else, just let me know in the comments. Thank you. Bye-bye.